This is your local weather station WXK 87 inches Nebraska City, operating on a frequency of 162.525 MHz. Programming originates from the National Weather Service office in Norma, Oklahoma. You are listening to the Nebraska City Weather Service. We are expecting thunderstorms to be occurring all week starting on Sunday at 12:00 a.m. Central Time, and it will be in effect until Saturday, 11:59 p.m. Central Time. During the time, severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing tornadoes will be striking the state of Nebraska. Expect destructive winds, roof damage, tree damage, and flood zones being all flooded up. It is Saturday morning right now and the sunrise is beautiful at this time. Anyways, at this time, you are advised to get ready for a long thunderstorm by gathering food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, solar chargers or fully charged wireless chargers, and a battery-powered radio to last you and or your family for the next week. You or anyone else should never be outside during the thunderstorm, as you could be crushed by power lines, trees, debris, and possibly some other objects. Make sure you have all your family members inside your home before the night comes. Look before you lock. You are listening to the Nebraska City Weather Service. The following weather outlook is provided by the National Weather Service office in Norman, Oklahoma. It is 10 p.m. Central Time. In the next 2 hours, we are expecting thunderstorms to be occurring all week starting on Sunday at 12:00 a.m. Central Time, and it will be in effect until Saturday 11:59 p.m. Central Time. During the time, severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing tornadoes will be striking the state of Nebraska. Expect destructive winds, roof damage, tree damage, and flood zones being all flooded up. It is Saturday night right now, so it isn't really too late to get ready for the longest thunderstorm ever recorded. Anyways, at this time, you are advised to get ready for a long thunderstorm by gathering food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, solar chargers or fully charged wireless chargers, and a battery-powered radio to last you and or your family for the next week. You or anyone else should never be outside during the thunderstorm, as you could be crushed by power lines, trees, debris, and possibly some other objects. The National Weather Service for the city of Nebraska City, Nebraska has issued a severe storm advisory, which is in effect from 10:01 p.m. to 12 p.m. Central Time. This is a severe storm advisory warning, meaning that this is intended to warn everyone about severe weather heading your way, which will warn you to get ready for anything that happens. Note that these warnings are rarely given when it comes to storms like the one that's about to occur. Right now, it is not too late to get ready, but do not waste time, as waiting for even 10 minutes might ruin your chance to get your supplies ready. If you need to restock on supplies, do so immediately. Expect destructive winds, roof damage, tree damage, and flood zones being all flooded up. It is Saturday night right now, so it isn't really too late to get ready for the longest thunderstorm ever recorded. Anyways, at this time, you are advised to get ready for a long thunderstorm by gathering food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, solar chargers or fully charged wireless chargers, and a battery-powered radio to last you and or your family for the next week. You or anyone else should never be outside during the thunderstorm, as you could be crushed by power lines, trees, debris, and possibly some other objects. Repeating, do not wait to restock on supplies, do so now. These thunderstorms are capable of producing tornadoes. And do not go outside while the storm is in effect, as you may be crushed by debris, power lines, trees, and maybe some other objects. Stay tuned to this station for more information and updates on this dangerous situation. The National Weather Service for Nebraska City, Nebraska has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the entire state of Nebraska. Effective from Sunday 12:00 a.m. Central Time to Saturday 11:59 p.m. Central Time. The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service. The thunderstorm that has been issued this morning is now in effect for the entire week. The state is now in lockdown due to this extremely severe thunderstorm. Expect destructive winds, roof damage, tree damage, and flood zones being all flooded up. You or anyone else should never be outside during the thunderstorm, as you could be crushed by power lines, trees, debris, and possibly some other objects. Do not attempt to evacuate unless it's an emergency. Do not evacuate for no reason, as it is considered extremely dangerous at this time. Traveling is strongly discouraged and is considered extremely dangerous. Please note that you may have to hide in an underground shelter if the storm produces a tornado. Stay tuned to this station and to the media outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
The truth is near. You are going to die. We are coming for you. Let the world that you cannot hide. You will not respect for your death. Nobody has ever respected me. Nobody has ever resisted. You will not track the my presence. You will never respect me in reality. You will never fear. We are coming for you. Do not give up.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A weird message broadcasted nationally, meaning that all broadcast and cable systems across the United States has received this message. This message was some scary voice saying that the end times were near, and that we were all going to die. This message is considered to be fake, as this message was transmitted illegally. Residents across the United States should ignore that message, and should not panic for any reason. Panicking will not help the situation or anything. Residents should continue to stay indoors as a result of this thunderstorm. All residents across the United States, however, should take precautions just in case if something bad does happen. Stay indoors with every source of light on, especially during the night. Stay away from dark areas where little to no light is present. Do not go outside if it's not safe to. It's not safe to go outside when it's nighttime, or darkness is present with little to no light. Should you need supplies to last you for the duration of this weird situation, do so ASAP. Further alerts will be broadcasted if any new information becomes available. Stay tuned to this station for more information and updates on this situation. Welcome back to the Emergency News Network. At around 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a bunch of weird sounds were heard coming from the sky, and the sky began shining these weird colors all around the sky. It's like the northern lights, but the color that is being seen is a light, bright, amethyst purple with a paisley purple undertone. From my understanding, this is the color of the guardian angel, but this cannot be confirmed at this time. While these lights aren't the issue here, the fact that we are hearing weird noises coming from the sky is concerning, and we are advising residents for the entire state of Virginia to stay indoors at this time if not already inside. If you want to watch these lights in the sky, it is best to watch from inside your home or from inside another building. Watching this event from a car might be okay, but is not really recommended. This event is expected to last for the remainder of the night, and the sounds are also expected to continue being heard for the remainder of the night too. Citizens are advised to keep their radios on for further information, as updates are expected to follow in time. There is no need to panic at this time, as there is currently no threat at this time. Thank you for listening, and have a good night's sleep. We will now return to regular programming. Sweet dreams, America. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Several strange and disturbing reports came in about people acting crazy in the city of Williamsburg in the state of Virginia. Police are currently attempting to arrest these people, but all attempts of stopping these people have failed. It is unknown why these people are acting like idiots, but all residents of the city of Williamsburg are strongly advised to stay indoors at this time. If any crazy person breaks into your home, do anything by all means to protect you. These crazy violent people are expected to spread into other states across the northeastern United States. It is unknown where and when these people will spread to, but we are advising all residents in the states surrounding the state of Virginia and West Virginia to stay indoors at this time. Lock all your doors and windows immediately and do not go outside. Please stay attuned to this station and to the media outlets for more information on this unusual situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Several strange and disturbing reports came in about people acting crazy in the city of Charlotte in the state of North Carolina. These violent people are causing major destruction across the city and are attacking and killing people in their sight. These people were first reported in Williamsburg in the state of West Virginia. Police are currently attempting to arrest these people, but all attempts of stopping these people have failed. It is unknown why these people are acting like idiots, but all residents of the city of Charlotte are strongly advised to stay indoors at this time. If any crazy person breaks into your home, do anything by all means to protect you. These violent people are expected to spread across the entire northeastern United States within the next 6 hours. All residents across the northeastern United States should prepare to shelter in place when the shelter-in-place warning is issued. Be prepared to follow these instructions when they are announced. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Lock all your doors and windows. Close all blinds. Block any and all possible entrances. Bring supplies enough to last you and your family for the duration of this emergency. Supplies include, but not limited to, food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, toiletries, important documents, a battery-powered radio with extra batteries, and anything you may need. While these instructions are not mandatory at this time, take precautions before anything else happens that will require you to shelter in place. Please stay attuned to this station and to the media outlets for more information on this unusual situation.
Welcome to the Emergency News Network. A severe thunderstorm has been issued for the entire state of Nebraska until the end of the week. Already, a ton of damage has been reported in Nebraska City. In addition, reports came in about a funnel cloud forming in the city of Nebraska. As a result, a tornado watch has been put into effect for the city until further notice. The National Weather Service for the state of Nebraska has issued a tornado watch for the city of Nebraska City, effective until further notice. The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service. The thunderstorm is getting worse. Reports came in from Nebraska City about a funnel cloud being discovered forming above the city. As a result, all residents in the state of Nebraska are advised to get underground now. This funnel cloud is huge and it is possible where this possible twister can be at EF5 strength. If you don't have an underground shelter, lie flat in the lowest ditch or other low spot and cover your head with your hands. Repeating, a tornado watch has been issued for all of Nebraska City until further notice. Stay tuned to this station and other media outlets for further information. The National Weather Service for the city of Nebraska has issued a tornado warning for the entire city of Nebraska until further notice. The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service. A tornado warning now exists. A large and extremely dangerous tornado was located in the city of Nebraska City at around 12:33 a.m. Central Standard Time and has caused extreme damage to the city. Hazard: deadly tornado. Source: radar. Impact: extreme damage to the city and surrounding areas is confirmed, with roof and tree damage along with damage to roads, power lines, and bridges. Winds will be up to 80 miles per hour. Residents in the state of Nebraska are advised to stay indoors and await further instructions. This is an extremely dangerous storm. If you cannot find a shelter, prepare to die. There is nothing you can do to survive this storm without a shelter. Remain tuned to this station and other media outlets for further information. The following messages, transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A strange and unusual phenomenon has begun at around 1 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Many reports came in about weird sounds being heard from the large tornado that is currently still on the ground. These noises seem to sound like something demonic or spiritual. They are definitely noises that have never been heard before, or they give people spiritual vibes of some sort. It is unknown what these noises are, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency will attempt to investigate it, and they are hoping they can get NASA to help them out with this investigation. This tornado is expected to last until further notice, and has been on the ground for more than 24 hours, which is not normal for a typical tornado. Residents across the entire state of Nebraska need to take cover now if they haven't already. The storm is beginning to spread into other areas across the state of Nebraska. The rest of the state of Nebraska is expected to be under this tornado warning soon, and this tornado warning is expected to last until further notice. Move into an interior room with no outside doors and windows. Stay away from windows and outside walls. An underground shelter with no outside doors and windows is strongly recommended. If you do not have an underground basement or shelter of any kind, you're pretty much done for, as it is right now considered impossible to survive this storm without hiding in an underground shelter. The least you can do is hide in the lowest ditch or low spot and cover your head with your hands. And while that probably won't do much, there's nothing else you can really do right now. If you were able to evacuate your current location, attempt to do so. If you see the tornado, do not attempt to outrun it. It will not work, as tornadoes, especially this one, move very fast. If you see the tornado, seek the closest shelter available, even if it's a low ditch. Make sure you protect yourself from flying debris.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Civil authorities are ordering all residents across the states of North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia to seek an underground shelter at this time. An unknown object was detected descending from the sky at approximately 1:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. People who were outside and saw this object immediately went into hypersleep. It is not currently known what this object is, but it is being taken as a threat. To prevent any danger to humanity, civil authorities are asking all residents for these states to shelter in place immediately. This is a mandatory order. Should you refuse to follow it, you are putting your life in extreme danger. Please follow these instructions at this time. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Lock all your doors and windows. Close all blinds. Block any and all possible entrances. Bring supplies enough to last you and your family for the duration of this emergency. Supplies include, but not limited to, food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, toiletries, important documents, a battery-powered radio with extra batteries, and anything you may need. While these instructions are not mandatory at this time, take precautions before anything else happens that will require you to shelter in place. It is unknown if this situation will escalate any further, but anything is possible at this time, as civil authorities believe that this object is not of earthly origin. Stay tuned to this station for further information on this unusual situation.
Suddenly you're nowhere to be found. I turn around and everything has changed. Looking for a way to work it out. I'm trying to find some peace to navigate. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again. Everything we wanted turned to gold. The path we chose, the future on our side. Never thought I'd do this on my own, but now I wield the sword you left behind. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again.
As of right now, a tornado emergency remains in effect for Nebraska City, and now the rest of the state of Nebraska until further notice. However, something strange is occurring involving this storm. At around 1 o'clock a.m., Central Standard Time, many reports came in about weird sounds being heard from the large tornado that is currently still on the ground. These noises seem to sound like something demonic or spiritual. They are definitely noises that have never been heard before, or they give people spiritual vibes of some sort. Another strange thing is, tornadoes typically last for like 5 to 10 minutes, but this tornado has been on the ground for more than 24 hours, causing damage across the city of Nebraska, and the rest of the state of Nebraska. This is not your typical tornado, even though ground time can actually last for several hours too, but honestly, could it really last for more than an entire day? This tornado seems to have a lot of energy, but other people say it has more than just energy that seems to be long-lasting. It is unknown what these noises are, However, they are not tornado sounds. Tornado sounds are usually a loud roar that sounds like a freight train. The Federal Emergency Management Agency will attempt to investigate it, and they are hoping they can get NASA to help them out with this investigation. This tornado is expected to last until further notice, and has been on the ground for more than 24 hours, which is not normal for a typical tornado. Residents across the entire state of Nebraska need to take cover now if they haven't already. The storm is beginning to spread into other areas across the state of Nebraska. The rest of the state of Nebraska is expected to be under this tornado warning soon, and this tornado warning is expected to last until further notice. Move into an interior room with no outside doors and windows. Stay away from windows and outside walls. An underground shelter with no outside doors and windows is strongly recommended. If you do not have an underground basement or shelter of any kind, you're pretty much done for, as it is right now considered impossible to survive this storm without hiding in an underground shelter. The least you can do is hide in the lowest ditch or low spot and cover your head with your hands. And while that probably won't do much, there's nothing else you can really do right now. If you are able to evacuate your current location, attempt to do so. If you see the tornado, do not attempt to outrun it. It will not work, as tornadoes, especially this one, move very fast. If you see the tornado, seek the closest shelter available, even if it's a low ditch. Make sure you protect yourself from flying debris. This is all we can provide right now. The Emergency News Network will attempt to broadcast any new information whenever it becomes available and remain on the air for as long as possible. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the National Weather Service. At around 1:32 a.m. Central Time, the clouds in the sky above the state of Nebraska began showing these extremely large demonic faces, and they were seen roaring at the state of Nebraska. These demonic faces are seen whenever lightning struck. Of course, lightning is occurring at every second across the state of Nebraska, especially lightning strikes. These faces seem to be causing sirens to go off across the state of Nebraska. The sounds that were first heard at around 1 o'clock a.m. Central Time are also being heard as the lightning reveals these scary demonic faces. People who were outside and were seen by these faces immediately went through a strange process that is super disturbing to even talk about. Civil authorities revealed that these faces fill your mind with a bunch of demonic and scary stuff that you experience in the scariest way possible. Upon experiencing these thoughts, you go into a serious seizure, and all of your memories and everything you know about, pretty much everything, is completely erased from your brain, causing you to forget who you are and everything you've learned since you were born. Basically, your entire brain is completely erased. In addition, these demonic faces also kill your health, and also infect you with a bunch of diseases, causing you to get extremely sick in the process. Of course, you die shortly after that since your health is gone, and there are so many deadly diseases all over you. This is very disturbing and scary to talk about, but sadly, this is all true. At this time, close all blinds and make sure the outside world cannot be seen from inside your home or shelter, not like it should be seen at all while the tornado is still on the ground. These demonic faces cannot see you without you going through this demonic process. This is an extremely dangerous situation and must not be ignored. The rest of the state of Nebraska is now under this tornado warning, and this tornado warning is expected to last until further notice. Move into an interior room with no outside doors and windows. Stay away from windows and outside walls. An underground shelter with no outside doors and windows is required to survive. If you do not have an underground basement or shelter of any kind, you're pretty much done for, as it is right now considered impossible to survive this storm without hiding in an underground shelter, especially because of these demonic faces in the clouds. If you see the tornado, do not attempt to outrun it. It will not work, as tornadoes, especially this one, move very fast. If you see the tornado, seek the closest shelter available, even if it's a low ditch. Make sure you protect yourself from flying debris. Stay tuned to this station for more information on this dangerous nightmare situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Reports came into police about something jump-scaring humans inside dark areas. Then, the human instantly dies due to a strong heart attack. Dark areas in this situation are defined as areas with little to no light. Because at night time right now, it is very easy to get jump-scared if there isn't enough light in that particular area. Residents are advised to stay away from dark areas, especially at night. Residents are also advised to keep their radios or TVs on for any new information once it becomes available, as updates could come at any time. Do not attempt to start riots for any reason. This will result in arrest. Anyone associated with causing panic or riots will also be arrested and questioned. Residents at nighttime should avoid dark areas, especially at night. Since it is starting to get dark in the northeastern United States, residents in the northeastern United States are advised to stay in their homes and to keep every source of light on to avoid darkness. When at nighttime, residents should stay in their homes and not go outside for any reason. The Federal Emergency Management Agency claims that flashlights won't work to protect yourself if you eat outside at night, so it is best to stay indoors completely. Further alerts will be broadcasted if any new information becomes available. Please stay tuned to the station for more information and updates on this strange situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A power outage has occurred in all 50 states of the United States. The United States government, along with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, believes the thing in dark areas is the cause of this blackout. This is not confirmed at this time, but it likely that it a true theory. It is 2 a.m. Eastern Time. So this phenomenon is still considered a threat to all life. Residents should also have a battery-powered radio with them at all times during this blackout. If this blackout was caused by this thing, then this blackout is intended to jump scare people, and death is confirmed if you choose not to do any of these instructions that are now being given for your safety. The situation is slowly getting worse and worse as time goes on. This is now an extremely dangerous situation, and should be taken seriously. For your safety, find any light by all means to protect yourself. To protect yourself, attempt to use any source of light that uses batteries. If possible, use a generator to generate power to your home. It is unknown how long this blackout will last, but since there is the likely possibility of this phenomenon causing it, it will probably come back once at daytime, or if it completely goes away. It is also unknown how long this phenomenon will last. Staying inside your home with all lights on during the night is paramount. This station will continue to broadcast any new information once it becomes available. Stay tuned to the station for more information on this dangerous situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Residents of the entire state of Nebraska, lock all your doors and windows immediately. At around 2:59 a.m. Central Standard Time, many unidentified entities were seen coming from the large tornado that is still on the ground in Nebraska City, Nebraska. These entities are extremely dangerous and should not be approached for any reason. These entities were last seen setting houses on fire and blowing up other buildings with people inside them, which these people were killed instantly. These entities are spreading across the state of Nebraska, and are causing a bunch of mayhem. They were also the cause of the weird noises coming from the sky that were first heard at around 1 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. At this time, all residents of the state of Nebraska are ordered to shelter in place immediately. Lock all doors and windows, close all blinds, block any and all possible entrances, get into an underground shelter with no outside doors and windows. If you do not have the proper shelter, attempt to evacuate the state of Nebraska. However, since it is dark outside, be careful when traveling, as tornadoes are very hard to see in the dark. This storm is still not showing any signs of ending, so this might go on longer than we expected. This is the scariest night in human history. Remain tuned to this station for more information and updates on this nightmare situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Civil authorities are ordering all residents across the states of North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia to seek an underground shelter at this time if they haven't done so yet. If you are still stocking on supplies and preparing to shelter in place, just shelter in place no matter what condition you are in right now. The unknown object that was detected descending from the sky at approximately 1:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time has been revealed to and are extremely dangerous. People who were outside and saw this object immediately went into hypersleep. Civil authorities are asking all residents for these states to shelter in place immediately. This is a mandatory order. Should you refuse to follow it, you are putting your life in extreme danger, as these objects have proven themselves to be extremely dangerous to humans. Please follow these instructions at this time. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Lock all your doors and windows. Close all blinds. Block any and all possible entrances. Bring supplies enough to last you and your family for the duration of this emergency. Supplies include, but not limited to, food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, toiletries, important documents, a battery-powered radio with extra batteries, and anything you may need for the duration of this emergency. Are expected to spread across the rest of the northern United States. We don't know what to expect from this, but at this time, residents across the northeastern United States should shelter in place for the duration of this event. Stay tuned to this station for further information on this unusual situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. It has been confirmed by civil authorities that the violent people that have now spread across the northeastern United States are possessed. This is the reason why these people were acting violently in the areas affected. These violent people, which have also begun to spread into other states across the United States. These states include Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, and Ohio. These are causing major destruction, and they are showing no signs of slowing down or stopping. These are expected to continue spreading into other states across the United States soon. All residents across the northeastern and central United States are ordered to shelter in place immediately. This is a mandatory order. Should you choose not to shelter in place, you will have no chance of surviving this situation. You will be killed by, as they are very fast and will kill you instantly if you're seen by them. In addition, more people across the affected areas are beginning to turn themselves. Do not come in contact with these animals, as it is considered deadly and you will die if you're seen by them. If you see any, run away as fast as you can and call 911 immediately. If any break into your home, get ready to die. People who are attacked by these. Stay tuned to this station for more information on this dangerous situation. Welcome to the Emergency News Network. A shelter-in-place warning is now in effect for all of the eastern United States, as well as the central United States. This is due to these violent people acting violently in these areas. They are killing people in their sight and turning them into demons themselves. No one has a clue on how this is happening, but it will continue to be investigated whenever possible. Last time we checked, there was no virus or any type of disease reported anywhere, so civil authorities believe it not of any earthly origin, nor any origin of this universe. If any EAS alert tells you to go outside, do not listen to it no matter what, unless it's confirmed by the United States government and or civil authorities. The best way to determine if the alert is fake is by listening to how it is said and what they said. Depending on how the alert is said, as well as what they say, it could be fake. Rely on your own methods to determine if an alert is fake or not, as we cannot provide advice to determine such information. Civil authorities are urging all residents in these states to shelter in place immediately. This is a mandatory order. Should you refuse to follow it, you are putting your life in extreme danger, as these have proven themselves to be extremely dangerous to humans. Please follow these instructions at this time. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Lock all your doors and windows. Close all blinds. Block any and all possible entrances. Bring supplies enough to last you and your family for the duration of this emergency. Supplies include, but not limited to, food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, toiletries, important documents, a battery-powered radio with extra batteries, and anything you may need for the duration of this emergency. We will continue to provide news and information about the current situation for the assigned areas for as long as possible. Stay tuned to this station for further information on this unusual situation. Normal programming may now resume at this time.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and the National Weather Service. As of 3:00 a.m. Central Standard Time, the storm has expanded to include the rest of the United States, making this now a demonic hurricane of some sort. The entities are spreading across the country, and many large and deadly tornadoes are dropping down to the ground like crazy across the United States. As a result of this storm somehow growing in size to include the entire United States, many predictions on social media are being made about the storm spreading globally. This is not confirmed at this time, so please stop spreading these predictions. They will only cause panic to the public, which is the last thing we need right now. However, if this storm does spread across the globe, be prepared to follow any new instructions once they become available. Stay tuned to the station for further information on this dangerous situation. Evacuate the United States immediately. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This thing that has been jump scaring people for the past several hours is getting stronger, and many people are dying by the second across the United States. Flashlights and small lights are not working to protect humans. Additionally, Central America, Hawaii, Canada, and Alaska are beginning to receive cases about jump scares and blackouts occurring at this time. The rest of the North American continent is at risk of being in a complete blackout. Do not attempt to investigate this phenomenon, as you will be putting your life in extreme danger. As a result of this crisis, all residents across the United States are advised to evacuate the country immediately. Do not attempt to remain where you are, as you will have no chance of surviving this cataclysm. 911 services will not be available to help you. There is no solution to this crisis at this time, but FEMA and the United States government will continue to find a solution to the situation. The likelihood of this
Welcome back to the Emergency News Network. At this time, many phenomenal situations are taking place across the United States, and people believe that they are connected to something else. Something bigger. Here is everything that's been happening so far. At 12 o'clock a.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm began in the state of Nebraska. This storm is supposed to last for an entire week, and so far, we are still in the morning of the second day, and already things are getting crazy as frick here. Man, I can't imagine what it might be like at the end of the week. Anyways, about half an hour after the storm began, a large and extremely dangerous tornado touched the ground, and has been on the ground for more than 24 hours, which is not your typical tornado. This is currently ongoing and it is expected to continue going on. Then, at 1 o'clock a.m. Central Time, weird sounds were being heard from the sky in the state of Nebraska. These sounds are unlike anything anyone has ever heard before, and they are not tornado sounds nor thunder. They believe it to be roars of some kind of monster inside the clouds or something, but it's unlike anything anyone has ever heard before. This is also ongoing. Then at 1:40 a.m. Central Time, many demonic faces were seen in the clouds. This is also ongoing. Then at 1:59 a.m. Central Time, a national emergency is declared, when a phenomenon involving jumpscares occurs in all 50 U.S. states. Shortly after it began, a power outage occurred all over the country, leaving the country almost powerless. The only power that still exists is power from generators. This is also ongoing. There were other events going on in other states across the United States that seem to be related to something else. In Williamsburg, Virginia, at around 12:05 a.m. Eastern Time, many people in the city began to act violently, attacking and killing people in their sight. They also occurred in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is ongoing too. Then, at around 1:57 a.m. Eastern Time, these strange objects began descending from the sky in the state of North Carolina, and they also began descending in pretty much every eastern state. We can't say what these entities are, as the signal will be cut if we do. It seems like every time we say what these entities are, the signal is cut. The identification of these entities might be something we humans cannot hear for reasons we don't know, nor will we ever understand, because we don't even know how the signal is cut whenever we say what these entities are. This is also ongoing. All of these events that I just talked about are ongoing, and they are expected to last for the whole week, as the storm that originated in Nebraska City, Nebraska, was the first event that started last Sunday, leading to all of the other events to occur across the United States. The storm has now expanded to include the rest of the United States, and we are fearing that it might spread further. All of the events I just talked about seem to be connected somehow. We don't know how or what they connect to, but it's probably something bigger than everything we've experienced so far. We believe it might be revealed at the end of the week, but then again, who knows if we'll even survive tomorrow. Most of the country is now in ruins as a result of this demonic hurricane. You are ordered to not panic during this ugly time, as panicking will only make the situation worse. Civil authorities believe that there is one big storm of phenomenal situations and events, but they don't know what this storm exactly is, because they don't think it's the storm that originated in Nebraska, which is now impacting the entire United States. They believe that this storm is something else. Something much bigger. The Emergency News Network will continue to remain on the air for as long as possible, but we don't know how much longer we'll be able to do so. Please stay tuned and stay safe.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At around 5:53 a.m. Eastern Time, another weird phenomenon has been discovered, but could be related to the jump scare phenomenon. Fog of some sort was discovered in the states of Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. Civil authorities will be going to these three states, and will be attempting to investigate the fog. They will also come back with any other information related to this phenomenon. This phenomenon is expected to continue spreading, and it is possible where it could spread into other continents across the world. The fog is quickly spreading to other states across the United States, and may overrun the entire United States in a matter of hours. This fog is extremely dangerous to all life. If you haven't evacuated the United States yet, you are advised to not evacuate and stay where you are, as the fog will quickly overrun the United States. Not to mention seeing in the fog is extremely hard even with your car high beams on. Remain tuned to the station for more information and updates on this dangerous situation. Welcome back to the Emergency News Network. Civil authorities will be going inside the fog that is jump scaring everyone across the United States and other areas. The fog that was first reported in Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana has spread across the entire United States, and is spreading into Canada and Central America. Additionally, reports about jump scares and the fog occurring came in from the country of Cuba. As a result of this fog beginning to spread in all four directions, this fog is expected to reach the continents of Japan and Europe within the next 10 hours. Reports from Iceland are already coming in about fog in the area. Jump scares across these areas are slowly occurring more and more often as time goes on. We have reason to believe that this phenomenon, along with everything else that's been going on, like the jump scare phenomenon, the nationwide storm, and the unknown entities are all connected to each other somehow. Everything that's been going on since the week first started are all believed to be related to each other, and might be connected to something else. Something much bigger than all of this. We don't know what it is, but we are very concerned about it. If you are currently remaining in the United States, attempt to get as far from the fog as possible. Do not attempt to remain where you are, as you will have no chance of surviving this disaster. This is one situation that will be lasting for a while. Nobody will be there to help you sadly. Because of all the other phenomenal situations, it won't be easy to evacuate, but staying where you are won't do yourself any better. This evacuation is mandatory. Should any EAS alert tell you not to, do not listen to it. It is hijacked. Since the fog has spread throughout most of the North American continent at this time, this fog is expected to spread across the globe in a matter of hours. Thousands of reports came in about this fog jump scaring people, along with blackouts occurring. The North American continent is completely dark, and no light can be seen anywhere at this time. No flashlights or any little light can help you. There is currently no escape from this disaster. Attempt to do whatever it takes to prolong your survival. Blood screams are being heard across the North American continent as this terrible event unfolds. There have also been some planes that have crashed due to jump scares occurring as a result of getting lost in the fog in an attempt to evacuate. Half of the human population of the North American continent have died during this disaster. Civil authorities were successfully able to find more information about this fog, as well as its weakness. Light. Completely bright lights is the weakness, which is now the blackouts occur. In addition, this fog is not a virus, or a chemical of any kind. This fog is actually being caused by an evil spirit, which is a very dangerous and evil spirit who jump scares people so badly, they die instantly. It is believed that the spirit is related to all of the other phenomenal situations, and it could be the cause of everything that's been happening across the United States. Do your best to prolong your survival. The Emergency News Network will be going off the air shortly. Tune to other news stations providing news and information and updates on this dangerous situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Civil authorities will be going inside the fog that is jump scaring everyone across the United States and other areas. The fog that was first reported in Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana has spread across the entire United States, and is spreading into Canada and Central America. Additionally, reports about jump scares and the fog occurring came in from the country of Cuba. As a result of this fog beginning to spread in all four directions, This fog is expected to reach the continents of Japan and Europe within the next 12 hours. Reports from Iceland are already coming in about fog in the area. Jump scares across these areas are slowly occurring more and more often as time goes on. If you are currently remaining in the United States, attempt to get as far from the fog as possible. Do not attempt to remain where you are, as you will have no chance of surviving this disaster. This is one situation that will be lasting for a while. Nobody will be there to help you, sadly. Since the fog has spread throughout most of the North American continent at this time, this fog is expected to spread across the globe in a matter of hours. Thousands of reports came in about this fog jump-scaring people, along with blackouts occurring. The North American continent is completely dark, and no light can be seen anywhere at this time. No flashlights or any little light can help you. There is currently no escape from this disaster. Attempt to do whatever it takes to prolong your survival.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. These continue to cause chaos around the eastern United States and central United States. The CDC is trying to come up with a solution to this situation. Civil authorities are trying to come up with a theory on how this happened, even though this has nothing to do with any diseases whatsoever. The people who went into hypersleep have not been reported to have reanimated, and it is believed that these people will remain inanimate, and will eventually die. Therefore, do not look at the. Should you do so, you will likely go into hypersleep. Looking at can will cause irreversible damage. Anyone who is still human is ordered to shelter in place immediately. It is expected for to spread into the entire United States within the next 24 hours. All residents across the United States are ordered to shelter. It is safe to go outside. We just want to make peace with the human race. Go outside right now. It is perfectly safe outside. Go outside now. interrupt your programming. This is a national emergency. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Federal Emergency Go outside, now. If you don't, I will kill you in very gruesome ways. Go outside right fucking now, you little crap. You will do what I say, and that's final. I will be your master.
Welcome back to the Emergency News Network. Many news stations, including this one, as well as the emergency alert system, were continuously being hacked into whenever we talk about what these demonic individuals are. Since we are being censored whenever we say what they are, all we can say that these individuals are just demons. However, these individuals are actually not demons, but they are just as bad as demons, and they are more terrifying, more demonic, more brutal, more violent, and more intense when killing humans. These are entities that no human should ever come in contact with. They show absolutely no mercy towards anyone, and they will kill you the most gory way possible, including causing your entire head to explode. Some reports even came in about demons and many disgusting and dangerous insects crawling out of someone's mouth, instantly killing that person, as this person somehow lost a lot of blood and a lot of his body parts were eaten while these demons and insects were inside the human body. That just freaking freaked up, dude. Like seriously, how and why is any of this crap happening? What the frick are these things? As of right now, people are now calling this a ghost storm, and man does it feel more than just ghosts. To anyone who is still alive, please follow these instructions. Wait, what the frick? No. No, 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 please leave me alone. No, 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 no. Interrupt your programming. This is a global emergency. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and NASA. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Our world is slowly coming to an end. This ghost storm has once expanded but this time to include the rest of the globe. Demons, ghosts, and other demonic creatures, as well as twisters and hurricanes have all been reported in all 7 continents across the planet. It has been revealed that this massive ghost storm is being caused by a demonic ghost that is so large and bigger than the earth itself. We can see it, but we can hear the sounds it makes, and they are so loud and scary. It is unknown where this ghost came from, but there is no way to stop it, nor will it ever stop this storm. In addition, a lot of disturbing information has been discovered just a few minutes ago. At around 6 a.m. Central Time, reports came in about a massive tornado touching the ground somewhere in the state of Texas. However, this tornado is larger than any other tornado we've seen before. This tornado has somehow produced many demons and other demonic entities and creatures to swarm around the world, causing many people to somehow receive random heart attacks. In addition, the demonic creatures of unknown were last seen melting people outside their homes with lasers coming from their eyes and mouth. The creatures were also last seen creating these zombie-like creatures, which are attacking and brutally killing people in their sight. The ghost was also beginning to release diseases into the storm and all around the world that are very deadly. These diseases are several in one deadly virus called the virus. The symptoms of the virus are disturbing and extreme. Here are all the symptoms: vomiting, vomiting blood, vomiting body parts, head explosions, heart aches, neck aches, stomach aches, diarrhea, stomach explosions, leg explosions, heart explosions, eye explosions, bleeding from the butt, nose, eyes, mouth, ears, belly button, and toenails, appendix explosions, seizures, melting of the flesh and skin, melting of the eyes, teeth, and ears, loss of all hair, a film, extremely violent and crazy crude behavior, loss of knowledge, loss of soul, eyes popping out of the face, loss of hearing, loss of voice, loss of gestures, poor eyesight, which eventually results in loss of eyesight, the color changing to black for the skin, fingernails and toenails, blood explosions, nose explosions, teeth explosions, explosion of your entire body where you are basically blown up entirely, dizziness, red eyes, extreme sore throats, stuffy noses, teeth rotting, throat explosions, eye explosions, tongue explosions, feet explosions, brain explosions, extreme dyslexia, incorrect grammar, dry lips, dry gums, sudden shocking of the eyes, legs, buttock, teeth, and ears, sudden sounds, numbness, the alignment of the body parts, such as the head, hand, and legs, and thirst to kill. People who are infected with this virus won't experience every symptom, and if anything, they'll probably experience most of it at once for like less than a minute, until they die brutally. Some reports came in about people having their head where their left leg was, and that leg was where his head used to be. One report came in where someone's hands came out of their eyes, killing them instantly due to them losing endless amounts of blood. Another report came in where both of their legs and feet came out of someone's mouth, and their hands came out of their ears, killing them instantly. This deadly and brutal virus has also brought all deadly viruses that have happened since the beginning of time come back, worse than ever, including Ebola virus. In addition, the dead were beginning to rise up from their graves, looking like zombies or werewolves, and people who died any time before now, woke up looking like zombies or werewolves. Animals who have died at any time before now, woke up looking like demons and sometimes parasites. People who have been spotted by these demonic creatures have melted and some even died in very gruesome ways. In some cases, you'll lose your eyesight completely before you die. This means, you will not see before you die, and this usually means your death is very scary and grisly. If you look at any of these demonic creatures, you will die in a very gruesome way, and if in some cases, you will lose your eyesight completely before you die. Even at the slightest inch of these creatures, your fate has arrived. As of right now, All of these demons and demonic creatures and ghosts are now killing people in very gruesome ways, as well as melting them with their lasers. This is causing massive wildfires starting in many areas across the planet, as well as more cracks to occur. As for the storm, it has really become graphic and extreme. One report came in about someone getting struck by lightning for a whole minute, killing the human, and has also caused the human to explode entirely, with blood and body parts splattering everywhere and human becoming unrecognizable. The demonic faces are being seen in the clouds once again, and they have caused some very disturbing deaths to occur. One report came in about someone having a demon come out of his mouth, and many demonic insects coming out of the ears, eyes, mouth, and butt, and the human was later eaten up entirely by the insects. The human was already dead as a result of the loss of a lot of blood. One human somehow lost the ability to walk or even use his body, so he couldn't move at all. This led to a lot of demonic insects eating the human alive, entirely. In addition, some humans have been possessed by demons. These humans are now extremely dangerous and no human should ever come in contact with them. They show absolutely no mercy towards anyone, and the damage is irreversible. They will kill you the most gory way possible, including causing your entire head to explode. Some reports even came in about demons and many disgusting and dangerous insects crawling out of someone's mouth, instantly killing that person, as this person somehow lost a lot of blood and a lot of his body parts were eaten while these demons and insects were inside the human body. One report came in about another possessed human coming out of someone's mouth, killing that human instantly, and his body parts were eaten up. It is raining blood and body parts right now, and the blood is somehow beginning to cause people to melt whenever touched by it. The blood seems to have turned into an acid type of substance. Also, just a few minutes ago, the ocean has turned into blood due to the bloody precipitation falling from the sky, as well as all of the deaths that have been occurring across the coastline areas. Many earthquakes occurred all over the planet, which caused many waves and tsunamis to occur. A wave of blood has struck the state of California due to these massive earthquakes, and dead bodies and blood falling to the ocean. The ocean is full of blood, and many people are being destroyed in gruesome ways as time goes on, and there are no signs of any of this slowing down or stopping. Everyone is dying, and the world is slowly ending. Many people were also possessed by demons, and filled their minds with many demonic things and basically turned them into actual demons to increase the demonic army. This is an extremely catastrophic, demonic, massive, and life-threatening situation. There is nothing humanity can do to stop this. This storm will never end. Wait a minute, oh crap, something just broke into the studio. Holy crap, it's a demon. Somebody, help me please.
Suffer eternal torment and suffering before you die.